Hello, welcome to continuation of a handset digital device. We are looking at the practical steps of promoting digital inclusion on a handset digital device. We are using Android as our model for this presentation. Before we proceed, let me tell you a quick story. Jane recently completed her schooling and applied for a job at company X. The role involved using digital handsets to drive sales. However, Jane has a visual impairment. She is partially sighted, and the employer assumed she wouldn't be able to perform the task because of her condition. As a result, she was excluded from the recruitment process. This made her feel discouraged and wondered if she could ever succeed in a role that relies on using digital devices. End of story. But let's pause and look at how vision enhancement features under accessibility can help someone like Jen. With the right adjustments, Jen can interact with a digital device, and not only can it boost her confidence, but also help employers see her true potential. Let us proceed. Okay, so we are on the home screen. So from here, we are going to access accessibility settings. Under accessibility, that is where we are going to find vision enhancements. So let us access our app drawer, which is also known as the main menu. Okay, so this is our app drawer. From here, we are going to settings. Under settings, that is where we are going to find accessibility. We tap to open settings. Okay, so from here, we are going to scroll down until we find accessibility. We scroll down. Accessibility. Okay, so from here, we're going to open accessibility. Please note that if your Android device doesn't come with this built-in feature, don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can download and install this accessibility feature in a separate video that I'm going to do. Okay, let's tap to open accessibility. Okay, so we are in accessibility. From here, we are going to open vision enhancements. Okay, so we are in vision enhancements. Under visions, we have display mode, colors and clarity. We have size and zoom, spoken assistance. Okay, please take note, all the settings, features and assistive softwares known as applications under vision enhancements, they are meant to empower a partially sighted user. Okay, let's proceed. Let us start with the colors and clarity. Okay, so let's look at high contrast theme. Open. Okay, so you can choose which theme best suits your visual needs or preference. we have got none, yellow, blue. So for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to go for none. Let's use our default theme for this presentation. Okay. All right. So this is our default theme. Okay. So let's go back. Let us look at high contrast fonts. Adjust the color and outline of fonts to make them stand out. Okay, so let us see how this works. Let's toggle on. Okay, high contrast font shortcut. Okay, so high contrast font shortcut, this will be our shortcut key, our accessibility shortcut key, and this function high contrast font is what is going to be assigned to it. Okay, so let us also toggle on the shortcut key. Okay, so we have got that Kamini person which has just come on the right corner, down right corner of the screen. So I toggle off, it has disappeared. On, I've got that Kamini person. That is our accessibility shortcut key. Okay, let's go to our home screen. Okay, so let us pay attention to the fonts, how they will be changing. Up drawer. So when I tap on, the fonts have changed. When I tap off, they are back to their original style. Again, when I tap on, changed, off, on, activate, activate, deactivate, activate, deactivate. So that is how these high contrast fonts work. Okay, I toggle off that accessibility key shortcut. Then go back. Let us look at high contrast keyboard. Okay, this is the high contrast keyboard. So let's toggle on. Okay, so you can choose whichever keyboard best suits your preference. So I've got this one, black letters on yellow keypad. Black letters on yellow keypad, as you can see. Let's try this different one. White letters on black keypad. Okay, so you can choose whichever contrast keyboard you prefer. Okay, go off. Okay, let's go back. Let's look to highlight buttons. Okay, highlight text on buttons to make them easy to recognize. Okay, so this one best works on notifications. So let's toggle on and show you. Okay, so let's bring down this. Okay, first let me toggle off so that I show you. Okay, so take note of notification settings and clear. Have you seen they are not on any background? So let me show you what I mean. When I toggle on, take note that notification settings is highlighted on a white background and clear. Have you noticed? Have you seen? So let me toggle off. Have you seen it has disappeared, the white background? When I toggle on, it has appeared. So it highlights text on buttons to make them easy to recognize. Okay, so this is how these highlight buttons work. Okay, so let's look at the color inversion. Color inversion. Okay, reverse the colors on your screen so that light colors appears dark and vice versa. This works in all apps, including media. Okay, let us see how this works. So let's go on. Okay, have you seen? Colors on your screen so that the highlight colors appear dark and vice versa. So the screen has changed. When I toggle off, toggle on, off. Okay, so let us use our shortcut key. Let us enable this shortcut key. Okay, so let's go to our home screen. Okay, so let's tap our shortcut key to activate the function. Okay, so you see the way the colors changed. Our app drawer has also changed. And I tap the shortcut key. Okay, again. Okay, so depending with your visual needs, can you choose whichever colors suits your visual needs. Okay, so this is how this color inversion works. Okay, let's go back to look at color correction. Okay, if you have trouble seeing some colors, color correction may make things clearer. Okay, so let us see how this works. So let's go on. Okay, so let's start with the Jutan. Okay, so this is Jutan. This is how it's looking. So let me first enable this. Okay, so this is Jutan. From Jutan, let us look at Proton. Okay, this is Proton. Triton, this is Triton, and grayscale. This is the grayscale. Okay, so let's say we enable Triton. Okay, and then I also enable this shortcut key. Okay, so I can use the shortcut key to activate that function. So let me tap on the key, shortcut key. Have you seen? We have put our Triton there. Okay, so when I tap off, okay, activate again, I deactivate. Okay, so this is how this color correction works. Okay, let's go back. Color filter. Okay, add a color filter over the entire screen. This may help make text easier to read. Okay, so let's toggle on. You see how this works. So I've got that color blue. Let's try the next one. Okay, this one, next. Okay, so you can choose whichever color best suits your preference or your vision needs. Okay, you can also change opacity there. You can increase the opacity. Okay, you can also reduce the opacity. Dragging this, increase, decrease. Okay, so this is how this color filter works. Okay, so let us go to this to reduce animations, reduce transparency. Deliberately, I'm going to skip these two because the effects ain't that much noticeable. Even if you change, even if you toggle on, the effects ain't much noticeable. Okay, so let's just go to size and zoom. Under size and zoom, we've got these two assistive softwares, magnification and magnifier. Remember the introduction, the first video, I talked of the three key concepts. I talked of digital inclusion, accessibility, and assistive technology. So magnification and magnifier is under assistive technology. Okay, so let us look at magnification. Okay, so magnification. Okay, magnification type allows switching between partial screen and full screen. Okay, so let us enable our shortcut key to see how this function works. Okay, so let's go to home screen. Okay, so let me activate this shortcut key. So I tap the shortcut key. Okay, so we have got that magnification window. Okay, so this is our magnification window, and again, drag it either up, down, left, or right using these directions provided just on the right corner of the magnification window. So let's drag this magnification window. Okay, so have you seen everything that comes in the magnification window gets magnified? So have you seen? This one is good for reading. Have you seen? Everything is getting magnified. Okay, let's see. Up drawer. Everything is getting magnified in that window. Have you seen? So partially sighted individuals, this is very useful for reading what is on the screen. Okay, so this is how this magnification works. It's also good for reading. I've got a document, a PDF, can take advantage of this magnification. AT software. Okay, so let us see, deactivate this. Okay, so this is how this magnification works. Let us look at magnifier. Okay, so this is magnifier. Let us see, tap our shortcut key to see how it works. Okay, so let us look at this document, 2024 National Youth Policy. Let us try to see how magnifier works using this document. Okay, so let's try to zoom in. Okay, have you seen? It's good for reading this one. It's a magnifier. The youth are an invaluable and treasured investment. If well positioned, they can drive the development of this country. Okay, so this is good for reading. Okay, that's Mr. Elvis in Kandu, MP. Okay, so this is how this magnifier works. This is how this magnifier works. Okay, so let us look at the cursor thickness. Cursor will look like this. So take note of that blue ticking cursor. If I increase the cursor thickness, it also increases. So let's move it to the positive side. Okay, so take note of the thickness, how it's increasing. Okay, so again, I move to the negative side, the cursor thickness reduces. Okay, so this is how this cursor thickness works. You can adjust this thickness depending with your preference or your vision needs. Okay, so let us look at pointer size and color. Pointer size and color. Okay, so we can increase the size or decrease the size. So try to increase the size. The pointer is increasing. As I increase the size, the pointer is also increasing. Let's reduce the size. Pointer is also reducing. So depending with your preference, you can choose whichever you feel this best suits my preference. Pointer color, you can also change the color. White color, I can change the color of the pointer. Okay, so let us font size and style. Okay, font style, we can change the font style. Okay, can either choose that Samsung one, choose that, which is graphic board. That one, okay. Then default. You also make it bold by toggle on that, off, on, okay, off, on, off. Okay, font size. You can also drag this to increase and decrease the font size. So the font size is increasing. Okay, font size decreased. Okay, so this is how this works. So let's look at the screen zoom. Okay, so screen zoom, I can move this to the positive size to increase, to zoom in to positive size, and the negative side to zoom out. Okay, so zooming in. As I move to the positive side, we are zooming in. Okay, so let us reduce. Okay, so you can either zoom in or zoom out under screen zoom. Okay, so let us look at the speak keyboard input allowed. Okay, let us see. Oh, we still have these shortcuts. What is this? Oh, okay, let me just disable that. Let me disable this magnification. Let me disable. Okay. Okay, so speak keyboard input allowed. Okay, so okay, let us toggle on and see how this works. Okay, won't use our shortcut. Okay, so speak keyboard input allowed. So whichever key I press, it gets spoken out aloud. Okay, let us see how it works. Okay, so let's do this. Try to type something. Okay, let's go wait. See how this works. If you're typing. Okay, so let us type something. Okay, just increase the volume so you can get what is being spoken out.
O delete H delete.
Okay.
Capital H O W space A R E space Y O U space D O R N G space T O D A Y.
Okay, so whichever letter I press, it's spoken out aloud. How are you doing it today? Okay, so let us delete
Y delete, A delete, D delete, O delete, T delete, space delete, G N delete, I delete, O delete, space delete, A delete, double O H delete.
Okay, so okay, that is how this function works. Okay, speak keyboard input allowed shortcut. Okay, so speak input keyboard, that is how it works. It's good when you're typing and then it speaks out loud. Whichever letter you type, it is spoken out aloud. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so and then we have audio description. If available, automatically select the audio soundtrack with an audio description while watching videos. Okay, this one is good when you're watching a video and then you have an audio description where you can just read the description of the audio. Okay, so basically that's all under vision enhancements. So these are the settings, features, and 80 softwares under vision enhancements that are built in, which you'll find under accessibility. Remember, all these features, these settings, and 80 softwares are meant to aid users who are partially sighted. Okay, partially sighted, like Jane. Remember from our story, Jane? Yes, so these features can actually empower Jane and the others like her. So we come to the end of this presentation of vision enhancements. Okay, so our next video is going to look at hearing enhancements. Okay, thank you very much. See you in the next video. God bless.